Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources.
Washington Post World, December 16, 12:01 America, New York. How Omicron is changing the rules of the COVID-19 pandemic. Omicron is drawing dramatic reactions from governments. It's too early to say if they are overreactions. RT World News, December 16, 3:26 America, New York. Software fix for worst vulnerability in decade contains exploits. A patch that fixed a critical vulnerability in a popular piece of software described as the worst in a decade by some has introduced at least 2 new ways for malicious actors to attack servers.
Mirror World News, December 16, 3:18 America, New York. Newlyweds plunge 12 feet after firework swing snaps during wedding entrance. Guests at the wedding reception in Raipur, Chhattisgarh, India, screamed in horror as the bride and groom came crashing down after their firework swing gave way while they were entering the event.
New York Times World News, December 16, 3 o'clock America, New York. Battling for Bolivia's lithium that's vital to electric cars. Chinese and Russian industrial giants seek to tap mineral deposits vital to electric cars. A Texas entrepreneur has his own strategy, the long game. RT World News, December 16, 2:53 America, New York. Man who invited Taliban into Kabul speaks out. The Taliban didn't take over Kabul this August, but were invited into the Afghan capital. The country's former president, Hamid Karzai, who said he issued that invitation, has revealed.
December 16, 2:50 America, New York. Bruce Springsteen reportedly sold his music catalog worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The boss may have just made a cool $500 million.
Mirror World News, December 16, 2:42 America, New York. 3 children of mum burned to death by husband, still ask for her at night. Kelly Wilkinson is thought to have been doused in petrol before her badly burnt body was found in the backyard of her home. Her estranged husband has been charged with her murder. CNN.com World, December 16, 2:42 America, New York. Top editor at nationalist Chinese state tabloid retires. The longtime editor of one of China's most outspoken and nationalistic state media outlets says he's stepping down.
December 16, 2:37 America, New York. Louisiana judge is on unpaid leave and facing pressure to resign after a home video with racist language surfaced. A judge in Lafayette, Louisiana, is taking a leave of absence and facing calls for her resignation after a video with racist language recorded at her home surfaced.
Washington Post World, December 16, 2:27 America, New York. U.S. Navy rescues drug smugglers from burning ship off Oman. The U.S. Navy says it has rescued 5 Iranians suspected of smuggling drugs after they apparently set fire to their stash on board a traditional sailing vessel off the coast of Oman.
December 16, 2:26 America, New York. More hurricane-force wind gusts reported in a single day than ever before in the U.S. Extreme weather events stun CNN meteorologist. A single Kentucky Republican travels with Biden to survey tornado and storm damage. December 16, 2:12 America, New York. From A to Z Zendaya, 2021's best celebrity red carpet trends. After a year of awkwardly zoomed-in awards show speeches and tie-dye hoodies, it's been a relief to see stars returning to the red carpet. Glamour came back with a vengeance, filling our feeds with color, sparkle and flashes of nostalgia.
RT World News, December 16, 2:12 America, New York. South Korea reverses living with COVID plan. The continuing surge in COVID-19 infections has forced South Korea to halt its strategy of pandemic-related relaxing of restrictions and reintroduce curbs on public gatherings and business hours.
Time, December 16, 2:10 America, New York. How the U.S. boycott of the Beijing Olympics is splitting the world. The last time the U.S. boycotted an Olympic Games, China joined in, withdrawing from the 1980 Moscow Games along with at least 44 other nations, ostensibly to protest the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan.
Washington Post World, December 16, 2:02 America, New York. As Omicron arrives in China, COVID restrictions leave millions facing holidays without family. Frustrations are mounting over local governments once again warning against traveling home for the Lunar New Year. Washington Post World, December 16, 2 o'clock America, New York. 4 children die in bouncy castle accident in Australia. 4 children have died and 4 others are in critical condition after falling from a bouncy castle that was lifted 10 meters, 33 feet, into the air by a gust of wind at a school on Australia's island state of Tasmania on Thursday. Washington Post World. December 16, 1:46 America, New York. Indonesia detects first Omicron case in hospital worker. Indonesia has detected its first case of the Omicron variant of the coronavirus in a cleaning worker at a hospital in Jakarta. Washington Post World. December 16, 1:22 America, New York. In Kashmir, closed mosque belies India's religious freedom. The largest mosque in the disputed region of Kashmir dominates its neighborhood with an imposing main gate and massive turrets. Washington Post World. December 16, 1:22 America, New York. 4 children killed after strong winds send bouncy castle flying in Australia. 9 children tumbled more than 30 feet to the ground below, according to police in Tasmania State.
December 16, 1:07 America, New York. Urban Meyer fired as head coach of Jacksonville Jaguars. Urban Meyer has been fired as head coach of the NFL's Jacksonville Jaguars, team owner Shad Khan said in a statement.
Washington Post World. December 16, 1:07 America, New York. Afghanistan's healthcare system on the brink of collapse. Hospitals in Afghanistan's capital of Kabul are running out of supplies, whether it is diesel fuel to produce supplemental oxygen for COVID-19 patients, or dozens of essential drugs.
CNN.com World. December 16, 0:56 America, New York. Thousands evacuate as the Philippines braces for Super Typhoon Rai. Tens of thousands of people have evacuated their homes in the Philippines as the archipelago braces for Super Typhoon Rai, known locally as Odette, which is expected to pass through the southern and central portions of the country on Thursday afternoon.
December 16, 0:43 America, New York. These are some of the Broadway shows canceled due to COVID-19. Several Broadway shows were forced to cancel performances this week due to positive COVID-19 tests among the cast or crew, a setback for the industry that comes just months after it raised the curtain on an 18-month shutdown due to the pandemic.